Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Clark, and I am your professor this semester for FNMT 19. As you all know, this is a 4-credit course, so it combines the materials from 16 and 17 together in one course. So when you leave this course and you pass the class, you will go straight to 118. And then from there, it will depend on what your major is, what other classes that you will register for. It's very important that you pay close attention to all the directions that are put on Canvas because I spent a lot of time trying to make sure they were clear so that you could facilitate this course kind of self-guided. So when you log into Canvas, the first thing you should notice is that Canvas is going to bring you to probably a dashboard. Now, my dashboard is going to look different than yours because it's going to have your classes on it. But this is the icon you should see, and you should click on this to enter into FNMT 19 course. Okay? Once you click on that, your course should look very similar to this. Okay? If you notice, the first thing it says is you must go through each module. Please go in sequential order. If it's grayed out, you might have to complete the previous model. The green check mark means you have clicked on it, see below. So that means that you want to read this first document. And it's very important with an online class that you actually read everything on the page. So it's so easy to just like scroll down and click next, right? But then you might miss some very important information. So I suggest that you make sure you read each and every page. So starting with this page, this is showing you how to actually navigate through Canvas. Once you were done actually reading the page, then you would click next. The next couple of pages are just some videos talking about online classes, and you can feel free to watch these videos at your leisure. The next module you'll see is called Student Resources, and this is a lot of resources that we have here at the college that might be helpful to you or very useful. So I would suggest going through these as well because you might need these during the course of the semester. You can also minimize any of your modules by clicking this down triangle, and then that will minimize the module. The first module that you're going to start with after you've gone through these introductory modules is what says orientation. So this week you'll be working on the orientation module. The first one says home, start here, okay? And then you can just keep clicking next, next, next. And so you want to make sure that before taking the syllabus quiz that you actually read the syllabus. And you can find the syllabus here on the side where it says syllabus. And once you click that, the syllabus will open up and you'll want to read all of the information here because this contains a lot of important information. Yes, it is a lot of important information here. Yes, it is long. Should you read all of it? Absolutely. The reason why is because this serves as our contract. Okay, so this is saying that everything written on the syllabus you agree with if you continue to move forward with the course. If there's something on the syllabus that you don't agree with, then you should email me. And if it's a policy that's not changing, then you might decide to take a different course or a different professor. But you want to make sure that you agree with everything that's written inside of the syllabus. So it's very important that you read the whole thing because it gives you a lot of important information, including due dates, when assignments you could expect to be coming up in case you want to move ahead within your reading. It also has very important information about how grades are determined, your percentages, what each category is in the syllabus, what the different grades that you can earn in this class mean, what topics are going to be covered. It talks a little bit about your textbook, which is an E, access code to Aleks, the difference between the pricing. So it's very, very important that you take some time to read over your syllabus. Once you've thoroughly read your syllabus and you feel like you're good and you understand everything, when you go back to your modules, you will be ready to take what is called the Canvas, syllabus quiz. Okay, so you'll take that syllabus quiz. You'll answer all the questions, and you should take it until you get a perfect score, because you want to make sure you 100% understand everything that's in that syllabus. The next thing you'll do is you'll read your student code of conduct and you'll sign your name. This has information about the class, information about a laptop. If you do not have an adequate laptop, and what I mean by that is you don't have a laptop that has a camera on it, or you have a Chromebook, you want to send me an email that says, hey, Professor Clark, I need to borrow a laptop from the school. And then I will make a request for you, because the tests and quizzes that you have are monitored through a program that is not able to be downloaded on Chromebooks. And so here at the college, you can borrow a laptop that is equipped for free. I mentioned this a little bit a second ago, but your exams are proctored. What that means is that when you take your exams and your quizzes, you'll take them on camera. So as I'm talking right now to you guys, you'll be doing something very similar, except for you won't be talking, but you'll be taking it through a camera. Okay, so some of your exams are proctored through Zoom, and some of your exams are proctored through a software called Respondus Lockdown Browser. So it depends on the assessment. From there, you want to read about how Aleks works, how the system is that you're going to be using this semester. You want to talk about the knowledge checks. This is very important. You want to read all of the page that talks about the knowledge checks. It's very important, because with the knowledge check, it's just checking to see how much information you're already coming into the class knowing. So if you get a 0%, that's perfectly fine, because that means that you're coming into the class not knowing anything, which is fine, right? Because you're going to learn everything this semester. What you don't want to do is take the knowledge check with outside resources, such as calculators, other people, Google, notes, all those type of things. And then the knowledge check says, you know, 50% of the material, when you actually don't know 50% of the material. And the reason why that's so dangerous is because Aleks will say, you know 50% of the material, and they're going to push you 50% ahead. But the minute that you take your knowledge check with me during a proctored exam, if you cannot prove that you know those topics, you're going to go all the way back down to 0. And you're going to have way more work to do. So you want to take it honestly, because there's no grade for how much your higher percentage is. You just get a grade for completing it, whether you did it or you didn't do it. Okay, so you don't want to try to get this high score so that you have all this high percentage, and then Aleks says, okay, great, you know all of this information, so I'm going to start you in the middle of the course, and then you come take an assessment with me, and you can't use those outside resources, and now Aleks says you actually don't know any of that, and they put you back to ground zero, and now you have to make up all of those weeks that you weren't doing that material, and that's going to be a lot of work. So again, you want to make sure when you're taking your knowledge check that you're taking it with no outside resources. It does not matter what percentage that you get. If it's super low, if it's super high and you took it with no help, then you might be in the wrong class. And then we might have to decide what class may better suit you. So please make sure you read that entire page. Then this is going to show you how you want to take the initial knowledge check. And you're going to take that knowledge check within Aleks, okay? Now, some of you guys have been emailing me and saying, what is the class code? I need the class code. And I've wrote several times that there is no class code, because you should only be accessing Aleks through the module. Right here where it says Aleks Access. Click here for access to Aleks. This is the only way, okay, you should be going to Aleks. It's from this tab right here, okay? You should not be Googling Aleks.com, because if you do that, then they are going to ask you for a class code, okay? And so you want to make sure you really pay attention and you only go to this tab right here with the 2 little sirens, Aleks Access. If you click that link, you will not need a class code, okay? So you wanna click that link. And this is the link you wanna click all semester. So all semester you'll be using that when you wanna get into Aleks. Okay, and so it just continues on with some more assignments that you have to complete. This is also another important one, and that is, how do you practice uploading your work? So after every quiz that you take, you have to write your handwritten work, and you want to practice uploading that so that you can make sure you know how to use it. So that is a very important assignment, because you have 10 minutes after every quiz that you take to upload your handwritten work to Canvas. And so you want to make sure you actually know how to do that so you can practice that there. Then you want to do your discussion for the week. Every week you'll have some type of a discussion. And this week is very simple. Just introduce yourself to your classmates, get to know your classmates. They are going to be there to help you throughout the semester as well as I, but they might be able to help you from a student perspective. So it's good to be able to introduce yourself to everyone. And now after you've done all of these assignments, then you want to start working with your Edpuzzle videos. So as you probably will have already read, Edpuzzle is a video system that we're using this semester for teaching. So in lieu of you actually going to class, like you would go on, like you were doing a 3-day-a-week schedule or a 2-day-a-week schedule, you're actually watching those videos in lieu of coming to class. So these videos are what is actually teaching you. Aleks is helping you put into practice what you're learning from the videos. And so normally you'll have way more than 5 or 6 videos. But for the first week, these are just type of introductory videos, okay? Just what is Edpuzzle? How do you talk to your professor? How do you write an email? Things like that. Next week, you'll actually get into the content, and you'll have more content-based videos, okay? And those content-based videos will help you when you're doing your Aleks assignments. Lastly, if you have any questions, let's say you come in contact with a question and you want to ask it, this is the place to ask it. Emailing me is emailing me personal questions that have to do with you personally. But if it's a question that has to do with the course or the class, you should put that in the questions and frustrations forum, because chances are if you have that question, maybe another student has that question as well, or maybe that question has already been answered. So if you send me an email and I give you a response that says, please put that question in the questions and frustration forum, that's what I'm talking about. And the reason why I want it there is so that other students can also see the answer, because they may need help as well. And this semester, we want to help each other. This is online. We're in a pandemic. It's a new year. We want to just be able to help each other get through this process, and hopefully everyone passes and understands the material. So I know this video was kind of just a short synopsis. On Thursday at 10:30 a.m., if you are available, I will be going over this again, but live, and actually showing you how to move through the modules as well, and answering any questions that you have pertaining to the course. So I hope this video does help. Again, when you log into Canvas, you want to always be on modules, okay? And I think the first thing that you should do is read the syllabus before you do anything else. Read the syllabus, make sure you agree with everything, go through the modules step by step. You'll start to see check marks once you actually have gotten to that assignment. So when you first see your Canvas page, it's going to look something similar to this. Notice this doesn't have a check mark yet because I haven't viewed the page. So once I actually view the page and click next, if I was to go back to modules, you'll see here that it has a check mark. That means I've completed that page. So you want to make sure that anything that has the little circles next to them, you can't get to the next page before completing that assignment or reading that page. So be very careful that you're making sure you're doing those assignments. Again, the official first day of class does not start until Tuesday, but you have a lot of assignments that are due on Friday. So I would suggest, if you're starting on Tuesday, please make sure you start chopping away at your work, because you don't want to get to a situation where it's Friday and now you have all of your work due. That's a very frustrating situation. and you could have a lot of questions that may not be answered in a timely fashion. So I would suggest making sure you start earlier in the week. I hope everyone has a successful semester. And again, if you can make it to that live Zoom session on Thursday at 10:30 a.m., that would be great. If you want to figure out how to actually log in, all you have to do is go to Zoom here, or you can just click right here. This is the joining link or the Zoom meeting ID right from the syllabus page. Okay, so hopefully everyone feels a little bit more confident after this video. Have a nice day.